Most people don't stay broke because they make bad decisions. They stay broke because they follow a very normal life path. The normal life path is built on payments, upgrades, and working for 40 years. And before you realize it, your entire life is scheduled around paying for your life. I followed that path for a long time. And it took me years to realize that my income wasn't the problem. The problem was I was building a life that required me to work forever to support it. So in this video, I want to talk about what the normal life path usually leads you financially, why it keeps people working for so many years, and what you have to do differently in order to build the financial future you actually want. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Stephanie and I'm in my 40s, and my financial journey hasn't exactly followed a straight line. I married young, became a mom at 19, went through a divorce and layoffs, and later paid off $180,000 in debt. Now I'm remarried, on track to paying off our home, and moving toward early retirement. And this channel is where I share what I'm learning and what's actually working as I go. If you're on this journey too, you're in the right place. We were taught you go to school, you get a job, maybe you move out, you get an apartment, eventually move into a house, and that's the normal life path. That's what people were taught that would teach you in order to be successful. But over time, you tend to upgrade your life. Maybe that car that you used to think was really nice is not starting to look nice anymore. Maybe it's looking a little dingy, a little funky. Maybe it's making a weird noise, and you threw a bunch of money at the car, and now you're like, hey, I think I need a new car. And you go to that dealership, and all those nice shiny cars, man, they look really nice. And the salesman is saying, I can get you no money down. You can drive off the lot right now with this brand new car. And you're thinking, man, that car looks a lot better. You look at your car, you look at their car, and you think, damn, I want that new one. And that new car smell, man, and you think about all the bells and whistles it has on it. Those cars pretty much just drive themselves now. But that new car comes with a massive payment. And over time, you start to see that, these things tend to add up. Maintenance on your home, maintenance on your car, buying a new car, maybe going on vacation. Instead of you going on vacation over the weekend, the next state over, maybe you're trying to go out of the country. So things little by little tend to cost a little bit more. And then you rinse and repeat this for the next 30 to 40 years. But the normal life script is built around stability, not financial freedom. And if you live like most people, you'll end up like most people financially. And a big reason for that is payments. Payments keep people working. Your car payment, your house payment, your rent, your phone bill, right? There's a payment for everything. Subscriptions, credit cards. I mean, nowadays I feel like there's a subscription for everything. Things that weren't even at a subscription before are subscriptions. Like a service that you would pay one time is now a subscription. It's crazy to me. Remember before, for those of you that can remember, we used to have cable, right? It was one bill, right? It would be, whatever the bill was for your Comcast bill or whatever service that you had. Now you pay subscriptions, right? You have your Prime account, you have your Hulu account, you have your Disney Plus account, you have your Netflix account. And before you know it, all the savings that we used to say, like, oh, it's cheaper just to buy the $5.99 or $7.99 a month subscription. It's cheaper than cable. Well, you add them all up, they end up being the same amount of cable anyway. So it's kind of like, and those payments don't just cost money. They cost time. And every payment is just future work you already committed to. But even when people start making more money, most people still don't get ahead. Making more money does not fix the problem. People that make more money end up upgrading their life in some way, shape, or form. Bigger house, better car, better vacations, better furniture, better clothes, better makeup, better lawn care, better equipment, better tools. There's always something that can be sold to you. And there's always going to be consumers, right? I'm a consumer, you're a consumer. But we can't buy everything. When income goes up, expenses go up, lifestyle goes up, but the progress doesn't change. Income alone doesn't build wealth. It's the gap in between income and lifestyle that builds wealth. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. And if your lifestyle grows as fast as your income, you'll end up working forever, no matter how much you make. And this is the biggest difference between people who build wealth and the people who stay stuck. Most people spend their entire lives buying liabilities, stuff, upgrades, vacations, your home, things that cost money every month. Now, there's nothing wrong with these. Not saying you can't have them, but you have to understand the difference between what's an asset and what's a liability. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability is what takes money out of your pocket. If it doesn't earn you money, it's a liability. My home, right? My home is a liability. Until I sell this house or I rent this house to someone else, it's going to be a liability. I have to pay taxes. I have to pay the electric bill. I have to pay maintenance on the home. That's a liability. It's not putting money in my pocket. Now, is it growing market value every year that I stay in the home? Yes. But I can't take that money and use that money now, right? Like that money is not mine. I would have to take out a loan in order to access that. That's not wealth. So until I sell the home or until I rent the home, my home is a liability. Same thing with a car. It takes me from A to B, but it doesn't put money in my pocket. Me going to work and me working at my job, that puts money in my pocket. But the car itself does not put money in my pocket. So if most of your money goes to liabilities, you have to keep working to support them. Your income ends up just supporting your lifestyle instead of your assets supporting your lifestyle. Wealth is built when your assets start paying for your life. If you think of it this way, your income pays for your life and your assets pay you. So there'll be a line drawn in the sand later on where your assets end up making you more money than your income, than your job. And this is where everything starts to come together. Because this really isn't just about money. It's about how you build your life. Most people don't stay broke because they don't have enough income. They stay broke because they built a life that requires all of their income. And payments end up locking them into working. Lifestyle keeps increasing, liabilities keep increasing, and your assets don't grow fast enough. So they end up working longer and longer. The goal is not to look rich, it's to be free. Freedom comes from assets, not paychecks. And before, I didn't understand this for a long time. I thought income was the only way to go. The more income I have, the more money I'll have in my pocket, the more I'll be wealthy. I'll be financially set. I'll be rich. But now that I understand how money works, I'm building my financial future based on assets. And I am strategically placing myself so my assets earn more money than my W-2. And now I feel like I'm moving in the right direction instead of just maintaining. And if you feel financially stuck, you definitely don't need a completely different life, but you might just need to start building your life differently. If you found value in this video, please consider subscribing, as that really does help the channel grow. Please like the video if you'd like to see more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.